1%. That's all it takes to cost you $300,000 by retirement. Not a scam, not fraud, completely legal. And it might be happening to you right now. Jennifer was 38. She spent 15 years building $180,000, one paycheck at a time. In 2023, she hired a financial advisor, signed the paperwork, finally felt like she had a plan. What nobody told her that 1% fee her advisor charged every year would cost her $300,000 before she ever retired. Not from bad investments, just from fees. And her advisor wasn't breaking any law. He was operating exactly the way this industry was built to work. Today we're breaking down exactly how and what you can do about it. Here's what we're covering: how the financial advice industry actually makes money, the real math on what fees do to your wealth, what changed in 2026 that most people missed, and 4 specific steps you can take this week to protect yourself. Before we go further, not every financial advisor is working against you. There are excellent advisors who are fully transparent and genuinely helpful, especially for complex financial situations. The problem isn't the people, the problem is the structure. And once you understand the structure, everything changes. Here's how it actually works. 95.5% of registered investment advisors charge an asset under management fee, a percentage of your total portfolio, taken every single year, whether your investments go up or down, average around 1%. Now here's the math most people never see. $500,000 invested, 1% fee per year. Year 1, $5,000 gone, but it's not just $5,000. It's everything that money would have grown into over 30 years. Vanguard's research found that 1% annually, over 30 years, reduces your final portfolio value by 25 to 28%. On $500,000, that's $300,000 to $400,000 gone. Think about that. More than a quarter of everything you built, from 1% per year, and that's before adding the funds themselves. Most advisors recommend actively managed mutual funds that carry their own internal fees around 0.66% on average, according to Morningstar. Combined with the advisor fee, a typical client is paying 1.66% per year. Now, does paying more get you better results? The SPIVA 2025 report studied this for 15 years. The answer is painful. 88% of actively managed funds underperformed a simple S&P 500 index fund. In plain English, you pay more, you get less, 9 out of 10 times. Now here's what happened in 2026 that almost nobody covered. The government had been working on a rule to give retirement savers more protection, requiring advisors to put your interests first when giving retirement advice. In March 2026, a court struck it down. Gone. No replacement coming. And just 2 months later, the SEC published a report confirming that advisors are still not properly telling clients about hidden fees and conflicts of interest. Their own investigators said it plainly: advisors are still failing the people they're supposed to serve. One specific conflict drives most of this problem. Advisors who earn a percentage of your portfolio have a financial incentive to keep your money under their management, not pay off your debt, not simplify your finances, not reduce what they manage. If you owe $30,000 on a credit card at 21% interest, paying it off is almost certainly the right financial decision. But it shrinks the advisor's annual fee. The incentive points directly away from what's best for you. Not because they're bad people, because the structure was built that way. Now 4 steps, fast and specific. Step 1: fee only versus fee-based. One word, potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars of difference. Fee only advisors are paid only by you. No commissions, no product kickbacks. Their loyalty is entirely to you. Fee-based advisors can also earn commissions from products they recommend. Real example: they recommend an annuity that pays them a 6% commission. On a $100,000 purchase, that's $6,000 in their pocket. You'd never see it on any statement, but it shaped the recommendation. Always ask, are you fee only or fee based? Step 2, ask one direct question. Tell your advisor to explain, in actual dollars, every way they are compensated through your account. Not percentages, dollars. Clear answer, good. Vague or uncomfortable answer, that's your answer. Step 3, Form ADV. Most people have never heard of this. Every registered advisor must file a document called Form ADV. It is completely free. It is on the SEC's website right now. Open to anyone. It lists their compensation structure, every conflict of interest they must disclose, and their full disciplinary history. The SEC said explicitly in June 2026, read this before signing anything. It takes 30 minutes. It could save you $300,000. Step 4. Know the alternative. A simple 3-fund index portfolio: U.S. stocks, international stocks, bonds at a low-cost brokerage costs 0.03% to 0.07% per year. Compare that to 1.66%. Simple doesn't mean inferior. Simple often wins. On $500,000 over 30 years, that fee difference alone is the difference between retiring comfortably and retiring with $300,000 less than you should have had. For most people with straightforward finances, this approach has beaten the majority of managed advisor relationships consistently, decade after decade. Here's what I want you to take away. The financial advice industry is not a conspiracy. It is a system with incentive structures, built-in structures that sometimes align with your interests, and sometimes don't. The people who come out ahead are not the most financially sophisticated. They are the people who understand how the structure works, who ask the right questions, who know what Form ADV is. Jennifer made changes, found a fee-only advisor. The difference in her projected retirement balance is significant. She wasn't angry at her previous advisor. He was professional, probably believed he was doing a good job. She was angry that nobody had ever explained how it actually worked. Now you know. If you have a financial advisor, check their Form ADV today. Not next week. Today. The link is in the description. It's free and takes 30 minutes. You might discover something you've never been told. Drop a comment below. Did you know about fee drag before this? Have you ever looked at your Form ADV? I read every single one. If this finally explains something nobody told you, clearly hit the like button. It reaches more people who need to hear it. And subscribe to Wealth Panels, because next week, the data genuinely stopped me. 67% of Americans say they are more afraid of running out of money than they are of dying. More afraid of running out of money than dying. The reason will surprise you. I'll see you then.